great. You know, with depth comes competition, and competition makes everybody better. So, you know, right now I have no idea who the first 11 you're going to see out there on defense. You know, come that first Saturday, but it's been really fun. It's a great group. Guys are locked in. They're working. Although they're competing against each other, they're competing, you know, with each other. So it's been a lot of fun. Had a good one today.
The same thing we asked Coach Krams. So many things are different this year, except the coordinators. How good is it to have that 1 year under your belt here at the University of Memphis? And what did you learn last year that carries over to this year?
Learned a lot. You know, kind of learned a little bit that there's, you know, the nature of college football these days is there's turnover. So you know, you sort of have to plan for that, and you know, there's going to be roster changeover, and so maybe you can't be as multiple as you'd like to be, and you got to be, you know, kind of window dress some of your base stuff so that you can get the new guys up to speed. Hopefully that makes sense. But it has definitely paid off that some of the guys are back from last year, because there's a nucleus of guys that are able to help push the defense forward. And when we're not able to be there as coaches, there's a lot of coaching going on from player to player. So it's been really good so far.
As far as the recruiting goes in your second year, being able to grab guys out of the transfer portal that specifically fit the needs of your system, do you feel like that second year allows you to do that a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit. You kind of, you know, I don't know if, I hate to say I'm a system guy. I really want to be, let's go find the best players we can play and let's mold the system to the players. But you do find that, okay, hey, we're pretty strong here. We've got these guys coming back. We got these guys coming back. Here's maybe an area that we were deficient. And then with the portal and things like that, you know, you can go address some immediate needs. But I'll tell you what else, Frank. I've been very pleased with the true freshmen that we have. Some of the incoming freshmen defensively have been fast learners. You know, they're playing hard, practicing hard. They've got the right habits, and they're making plays. So it's been good with all the newcomers so far.
In a general sense, during this camp period, what's the best thing that guys can do to stand out for some of those open spots?
We talk about different effort, and what we mean by that is if we watch the film, we want to see, okay, who looks different, who's running faster than everybody else, and that's really the first way to get noticed. Aside from that, you know, we chart factors that we believe lead to explosive plays, and we chart positive production, tackles, ball disruption, PBUs, you know, it's ball disruption, things like that. So it's kind of it's a combination of, you know, who's playing really hard, but also executing within the defense and limiting things that lead to explosive plays. And it's hard to keep a guy off the field that just has a knack for getting the ball back.
Simeon Blair is a guy that has been in the program for a short time, but took him to media days, and just how has he just immersed himself in the program and seems to be like one of the leaders in that locker room?
He's a rare breed. He's just not a lot of human beings like him, particularly at his age. He's just such a natural leader. He got some hard bark on him. You know, he's tough through and through, mentally tough, really, really intelligent, super respectful, natural leader. I mean, it's one thing, you know, he has all the intangibles, I think, that a leader has, but it also helps. You know, you gain respect immediately when you go out there and you make a one-handed interception or, you know, something that leads to a big play, and he's been a very productive player for us.
You excited about the DBs you got back there in the secondary?
We are, yeah. And again, it's a big group, and so again, the competition there as much as anything, we're looking forward to hopefully getting the best out of everybody.
On the defensive line, what have you seen from those guys, especially the transfers so far?
A lot of good things. I think in general, Coach Pope has just done a great job getting those guys coming off the ball. That's been a major point of emphasis, and just playing more sudden, more violent, for lack of a better word. And so far, I think we're on the right track. Hard to single one or two of those new guys out. In general, I think they're all doing a pretty good job.
A guy like Cormonte, second year after coming from the portal, where do you envision his next step?
Yeah, you know, we talked about that. He's another guy that's a leader. You know, he played, you know, started pretty much every game for us last year, I believe, and he's a Memphis guy, you know, and has some of those same intangible qualities that you look for in a leader. But we're just trying to help bring that out of him and help give him some tools that, you know, to help him recognize, you know, where he can lead and what it takes to lead. And it's not just leading by example, but being vocal and all those things. So he's done a really good job with that. And then on the field, you know, he's bigger, stronger, faster, and in another year in the system. And, you know, I think we need to keep in mind with Cormonte that last year was really his first time ever playing defensive line. You know, at his previous school, he was mostly a tight end, played a little bit of D-line, but never really in a game. So you kind of have to look at him. As far as on the field goes, he was kind of a first-year player last year. So we look for major improvement from already some good things he did in his first year.
And then the last couple of years, the defense has had a pretty stud linebacker in the last couple of years.
Yep.
Is there a linebacker that you see could be taking that reign?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some candidates. I tell you, after day 3, I'm not sure who I'm going to stamp my name on to say who that Zay Collins is, right? We'd sure love to have Zay, but we have a great group. Again, when you have multiple guys that can do it, you have competition. So, and I know I'm being redundant, but it's the truth. So, we certainly have plenty of candidates there, but who will emerge out of camp as sort of that alpha linebacker that kind of runs the front? There might be a little bit of a leader right now, but I'm going to reserve that answer until we get to the end of camp and tell you who I stamp my name on.